Hey y'all, if you recently became a temporary or permanent resident of Mexico, or you're in a process of doing so, know that you now have an extra step to complete every time you enter and leave Mexico. So what is this new step? Basically, every time you leave and enter Mexico, you need to check in with immigration first. It's a very fast process, but it's important you do that before anything else once you arrive at the airport. So let's talk about leaving Mexico first. When it's time for you to depart and you go to the airport, step number one, before you go to the airline check-in counter, is to go to the immigration desk first, or INM. INM will have an officer there just for this kind of process, and you'll need to have three things with you. Number one, you'll need your shiny new resident card, you'll need your passport, and you'll need your flight information or your flight number departing Mexico. You'll hand those over. The officer will scan the back of your resident card first, then they'll enter your flight information, and then they'll stamp your passport. Speaking of passports, this would be a good time to check your passport and make sure you have plenty of blank pages in there, because from now on, as a resident, every time you enter and leave Mexico, INM will stamp your passport and write in RT or RP for temporary or permanent. So make sure you have plenty of stamps if you plan on entering and leaving Mexico quite a bit over the next few months or years. Now, one more important note about departing. Depending on the airport you're leaving from, you may need to get there early, not just a regular early for your bags and security, early because there may or may not be an immigration officer staffed at the desk. Last time I was leaving Cozumel Airport, there was another resident who had gone through the process several times, and they explained that, yeah, sometimes there's someone here, no problem. Sometimes had to call a officer there, and they arrived in 2 minutes. Another time, it took them 2 hours, and the person had to wait 2 hours, did miss their flight. So not to alarm you, but maybe get there a little earlier than you normally would as a tourist, just to make sure there's an immigration officer there to check you out. So for Cozumel, my experience has been fast and easy. There's been someone there, scan, enter your information, stamp your passport, and you're done. However, if there's not someone there, another resident let me know that, oh yeah, there's a phone over here in between the ATM and this other machine across the way, and you can simply call and request an immigration officer show up. So again, how long that takes could be super fast or not. So just know that and prepare accordingly. Let's talk about arrival and what to do when you arrive in Mexico. For those of you entering through one of the airports like Mexico City or Cancun, or any airport that's starting to get those new e-gates, 100% do not use those. Do not be tempted for the convenience of those e-gates that will mark you as a tourist automatically. Instead, you can go to the same line as other Mexican nationals or citizens, go down that path and find a staffed immigration desk. If people kind of directing you and helping you out, you can just flash your resident card. You're like, oh, resident, and they'll get you to the right place. The process, again, is fast and easy. Have your resident card, your passport, and all your flight information in. All right, that's it for me. If any of you out there have entered or left Mexico and have positive or negative experiences or tips to share, please leave a comment below. That is really, really helpful for anyone new to the experience, or maybe they're arriving or departing a new airport. Super helpful. Or if you've gotten to the airport and there's no INM officer there, what did you do? How hard was it to get someone? How long did it take? We'd love to know what your experience has been. So yeah, if this has been helpful, leave a thumbs up if you liked it. It really makes a difference and motivates me to make more videos like this. All right. See y'all in Mexico.